Hey, so it's time to let my dog out. I'm trying to get this video right. Bro, the lighting in this damn room is trash. Let me do this. Oh, there we go. So it's time to let my dog out. He's been in the crate. Now before y'all get at me, since y'all probably watched my last video and knew that I'm working from home right now, but he's in the crate because I teach and we have to record online. And I don't have time to be fussing at that dog while we are, you know, teaching on camera. Because if I end up saying a curse word, if I end up cussing this little dude out, you know, it's going to be recorded. And they're going to call me into the office. They're going to make me go to the building. They're going to call me in the office and be like, what the hell, dude? So, he's about to let him out of the crate. I just want y'all to see what he looked like. His name is Ramses. I don't think I've showed y'all him yet. But yeah, let's go let this little fool out, see what he up to. Hopefully y'all can't see back there because this is dirty as shit. I hate cleaning the kitchen, man. Probably the only thing I hate cleaning in this house is this damn kitchen. But let's go let this dude out. Got these whole shit. Let me show y'all what he look like. Look at him. You ready, boy? I got the little sound machine playing for him at least. What's up? They look like that. Say hey to the people, boy. Ramses, come here. Up. What's up? So, I usually keep him out on Fridays, at least. But we're working on getting him out of the crate once we go back to the building here soon. So, once we go back to the building, I'm going to try to keep him out of the crate, see what he does. See if he tears up shit. Hopefully he doesn't. But, Ramses, look. Say bye. So, I just wanted to get a good look at him. Until then, I'm going to take this fool outside so he can piss. And, yeah. What's up, man? Welcome to episode 4 of the podcast / YouTube, whatever you want to call it. I'm your host, Mr. Clark, of course. And one thing I thought about is I said I'm going to try to put y'all on to something new or get y'all watching something old that you ain't watched in a minute. So today we got the OG Naruto playing in the back. Now, don't get me wrong. For those of you watching or listening, I am a huge anime fan. And Naruto is actually not my favorite one. And this is me and my personal opinion. If you ever ask anybody what's their favorite anime, after years of what Naruto came out in freaking, bro, I don't even know. I know it was like maybe out for like 10 years. Maybe. I could be wrong, but I feel like if you really a real anime fan, Naruto's on their list, but it's not their favorite one. Now obviously you do have those people who Naruto is their all-time favorite. So with that, you need to ask that person, well, what's your next favorite? You know, and if they can't give you no more, then you know they're sketchy when it comes to anime. But anyway, I got the OG Naruto when he was a kid playing in the back. So for those of y'all watching and they went back to this in a minute, go ahead and check it out because it's actually still good. It's still up there with the top Naruto shows. Now it's not as good as the one he gets older, but I would still put it at the top. And for the ladies watching or listening, I know some of y'all be watching anime too. Y'all just be doing it on low because y'all can't hide it no more. I've seen and I know hella people that are girls who be checking out the anime. And, you know, some of y'all be calling it childish, but I'm just like, if you still watch the cartoons from when you were a kid, what's the difference between that and this? You see what I'm saying? Like, how does it make you childish? If you still watching Rugrats or goddamn, what's another one? Timmy Turner, Fairly Odd Parents. You still watching Jimmy Neutron You still watching Imaginary Friends, Gumball, Dexter's Laboratory. You still watching that stuff, Ed, Edd and Eddy, but watching anime makes you childish. I don't get that. But anyway, yo, so if you didn't watch OG Naruto, go ahead, check it out. It's still good. And honestly, I was about to jump into what I was going to talk about today, and I 100% am drawing a blank right now. I literally had it written down somewhere, and I can't find it. And I literally do not remember what I was going to talk to you about today. Was it interesting? Probably not. But, I mean, I was going to get into it. I was about to, boy, what the hell was it? Let me think. Don't mess me up, don't mess me up. But, until then, hopefully it pops in my head. I'm going to read y'all this quote. I told y'all I'm going to give y'all a quote every episode. So it's actually one I just posted on my Instagram this morning, and it said, "Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated." And I was like, let me take that quote today and run with it, do something with it. And the way I live my life and the way I go about doing my things, I think that couldn't be more true. And I think, honestly, the last 4 years have been a good example of people making things more complicated than they should be. Half the country has been excited that Donald Trump was in office. The other half, not so much. We know this. But I feel like a lot of people over the last 4 years have just been walking around angry, and I don't understand why. Because I think it goes back to, you know, we're angry about something we can't control. The man is in office, and unless he decides to do something royally stupid to the point where his own people got to kick him out, he wouldn't go nowhere. And for the people who wanted him in there, it's just like a lot of them acted like little kids, in a sense. It's like they got what they wanted, which was Trump in office, and yet they were still angry. You know, they're still walking around pissed. They're still walking around, you know, all lives matter this, you know. Well, they're still, you know, you see them in the restaurants and they don't want to wear a mask, and they're just so pissed off, and I just don't get it. You know, I'm just like, what is it with you people? How you got what you wanted, which was Trump in office. You have somebody to back your bullshit that you know, have put in your mind as the way the world should be. Whites above everybody else. So you got what you wanted, and yet you guys are still pissed off. You know, and, you know, I just don't get that. I feel like they really are, you know, children in a sense. But with that, I just remember what I wanted to talk about today, and that was being hypocrites. I think another thing I talked about in one of my last episodes about how social media can really expose a lot of people, and it can really expose, you know, the type of life that you live and the type of person you are. And it got me thinking about what my biggest pet peeve is. And I think these last, not even these last 4 years, just in most of my adult life, you get to see some things, you get to experience some things, you get to watch some things, you're just like, yo, this bothers me. And I think being a hypocrite is probably one of the biggest things that bothers me today in my life. Is when I see people saying or doing something and feel perfectly confident in doing it, perfectly happy doing it, they feel perfectly fine, nothing's wrong with them doing it. But then when somebody else do it, or somebody else says something about it, you know, it's a problem. For example, I may catch flack for this, I may not, but I'm hoping it'll enlighten some people into really seeing what some people are really like. So, I've become an avid watcher of TikTok. I don't make them. I don't do them. I just made an account so I can watch them whenever I wanted. Tell you what, my camera roll is full of saved TikTok videos because that thing is damn funny. It keeps me rolling till about 2 o'clock in the morning. I literally finish off every day watching and downloading TikTok videos so I can share with other people. But one thing I see a lot, or one thing we've just been seeing since TikTok has been here, or what was before TikTok? I don't know. What was it? Musically and all that, is when you see people's TikTok and they have things like All Lives Matter, Black Lives Don't Matter, Trump 2020, Trump this, Trump that, fuck the COVID, it's not real, I don't want to wear a mask, I can't breathe in this mask, blah blah blah. You see people's TikTok bios that say stuff like that. See people say that Black lives don't matter and saying stuff like that. But then you go through their videos and all you see is them dancing to songs that are made by black people, right? Meg Thee Stallion, Sada Baby, a whole lot of choppers. Who else we got? Who am I missing? I'm sure I can't think of on the top of my head. I done heard Nicki Minaj. I done heard Jason Derulo. I done heard whatever the hell. Most of the songs I hear, these challenges that they're doing, are made by black people. But I'm like, that's being hypocritical to me. So you have Trump this, Trump that, All Lives Matter, all that on your TikTok bio. But all your videos, you're getting followers from using songs and music made by the very people that you stand against or you are opposed against. So, and that makes you think, like, they say, or people might say, that they're not culture vultures, that they don't want, they have no problem with black people. But really, honestly, it's my personal opinion, and like I said, I may catch flack for this. I feel like it is hard for me or anybody to believe anybody that says I don't have a problem with black people, or sometimes even Hispanic. I don't have a problem with black people or Hispanics, but you actively support Trump. You actively want this man in office with the kind of divisiveness that he creates. You want him in office, but you have no problem with black people, when he clearly has problems. I don't think he's racist. I do not think Trump is racist, but I do know he proved that he knows what this country is these last 4 years. He knows this country is and will always be white for now, because black people are becoming the majority, and we all know that white people are terrified of that. They're terrified. And I won't even say white people. It is this older generation of white people who think that. Let's be honest. There were a lot of white people, Caucasian people, however you want to say it, supporting Black Lives Matter this year. And probably an unexpected amount of white people. So I feel like it is this older generation of white people who are trying to carry that notion of white people are superior to everyone else. But at the same time, I'm just like, if you feel like black people are this and that, you don't like rap music, you don't like this, you don't like that. I just watched a YouTube video the other day, and it was of those people those Proud Boys doing a march. They were marching downtown Washington, D.C. yesterday. And they were burning. They took down Black Lives Matter signs off of churches, and they were burning them in the middle of the street. But you know what kind of music they had playing? It wasn't necessarily a black dude performing the song, because the song was like, fuck Antifa or something like that. But the white guy that was singing the song was rapping it, right? rapping it, hip hop, a music genre that was, you know, formed and curated and brought about by black people. So that's, if that's not hypocrisy at its finest, I don't know what is. They are burning a Black Lives Matter banner while playing rap music made by the black people. You know, black people made, like I said, black people helped bring rap, hip-hop to the forefront. So they're playing a song that a white man made from a musical genre that is predominantly dominated by black people while burning a Black Lives Matter sign. If that is not hypocrisy at its finest, I don't know what is. And I'm just like, if you're gonna be this person, if you're gonna stick with Trump, if you're gonna side with the MAGA movement, you're gonna side with All Lives Matter, you're gonna side with Blue Lives Matter, you're gonna side with, you know, everything Trump has spewed at you for the last 4 years, you're gonna sign off with that. I feel like you should stick to it. You know, there should be no part of you adopting or using anything associated with black people. I feel like if that's the life you live, then, because I'm just like, it doesn't make sense to me how everything about you on your social media says Trump this, Trump that, fuck black people. But then you're using black people to make yourself popular. You're using black people's music and black people's contributions to the world for your popularity contest, for you to become somebody, for people to recognize you. And I just don't get that. You know, so I feel like if you're going to do that, stick with it. Use music that you feel like is more appropriate for your vision and your views of the world and your personal beliefs. You may not feel like rap, you may not like rap music, you know, or rap music made by black people don't align with the way you see or view things. So if that's the case, then stick with it. Don't just be this person here and then use a culture that's over here to make yourself be more better over here. You know, so there'll be, you know what I'm saying, so perfect, I won't say perfect example. So you have this white person down here on TikTok, only got a couple thousand viewers, but then they start using hip-hop songs for their videos. But they won't come over here with the black people, but they'll stay over here above the black people. So I'm going to use your shit, but I still don't want anything to do with you. And that is the biggest hypocrisy that really has been exposed in this country this year. You know, last 4 years, but this year specifically, you know, people really, you know, came out and showed out. They showed their shit this year. You know, leading up to the election, and, you know, these white people really exposed what we already knew. You know, it was just under a cloak. You know, people, I feel like a lot of people were just walking around with cloaks, you know, and it just feels weird knowing that there are way more people out there than you expected, that you've interacted with or may potentially interact with, who can't even stand looking at you, who can't even stand being in the same vicinity as you. You know what I'm saying? Your diameter is about, you know, 6 feet wide. These people can't even stand to be with, you know, 5 feet of you, you know? And it's just so crazy. I mean, it's weird to know now. You know, a lot of the times I feel like before Trump, we really weren't thinking about it. Even before Obama, we really weren't thinking about the kind of hate that was in this country. We all know it's always there. We all know that white people were, you know, white supremacists were not a fan of Obama. They were trying to, I'm sure people tried to assassinate and kill him all the time. But I feel like these last 4 years really opened up the floodgates that were closed, you know, maybe, what is 2020 now, maybe 60, 50 years ago. These floodgates, I won't even say they were closed. They weren't closed. You know, it was just cracked. And then Trump got elected in 2016? Yeah, Trump got elected in 2016. The gate opened a little bit more. 2017, you know, it just kept getting open wider and wider. And then 2020, that bitch just bust open because everybody and their mama is All Lives Matter, fuck Antifa, I still don't know what the hell Antifa is, to be honest with you. You know, they were singing it all day on the little march I saw on YouTube. I still don't know what the hell it means. It sounds stupid, but whatever. You know, and the Proud Boys and this and that, stand back and stand by. I'm just like I said, I don't think Trump is racist. I feel like he knew exactly what he was doing in 2016 to get him in office. He created, you know, he spun a web of hate and anger that has been bottled up for the last 8 years prior to Trump. And, you know, a lot of those people were already upset that Obama was in office, and they just held it in, and he just knew exactly how to get it out of them to make sure that he was going to be the one to lead his people through the country over his tenure in the office. So I'll leave that with this. Hypocrisy is, you know, like I said, my biggest pet peeve. Of course, in the comment section, let me know what your biggest pet peeve is. What bothers you the most that people do? I really would like to know. But I'll drop you with the quote one more time. It's, life is very simple, but we insist on making it complicated. I think it's 100% true. We insist on making this life that should be simple more complicated with things like racism, hate, anger, jealousy. I feel like just live your life. Your life has nothing to do with anybody else but you. And you literally have no business worrying about what other people are doing. Because at the end of the day, you go home, those people you spend all day hating, they're going home and living their life. And you're sitting here worried about them. So, enjoy your life and just take it easy, man. It is going to be crazy from here on out. Whether you're black or white, Hispanic, it's gonna be crazy here on out if you live in this country. It's gonna be interesting, and all I can say is worry about you and what you have going on. I promise you'll be better off for it. So, of course, look at the what I'm about to say. The description box below. Go check out the merch. Subscribe to Instagram, like, follow, share, subscribe. Instagram, Twitter, we all down there. I forgot to put the link to my book in my other 3 videos, so the link to my book will be in this video. So go check that out. It's called, damn, my heartburn is, boy, I had some spaghetti earlier and it is killing me. What the hell? Anyway, go check out the book, What You're Worried About. I promise you it's uplifting. It'll let you know. It'll get you out of your funk. It'll help you. I promise you that. I am 100% positive it is a good read. It's a short book, so go check it out. Until then, I'll catch you on the next episode. Yeah.